You know, everybody's always looking for fresh fruit and vegetables, and there are these farmers markets. We have one in Sarasota, and supposedly they have fresh local stuff. But if you listen to the guys who run it, they'll tell you, well, we get fresh local when it's here in Sarasota. Then if not, we go to St. Pete and we get the fresh local there. And if not there, we go to the farmers market. What he's really saying is your chances of getting real fresh picked today produce are pretty small, but they're pretty slick about it. I'm a salesman, so I can pick that stuff up, right away. And some friends of mine, Tim and Eddie, who are all Florida guys. These guys didn't come down from the north. Tim grew up in Miami, and Eddie comes up from a fishing family here. Took me out to Peanut Grant's farm. They've been telling me about it. I never heard about it. It's run by the Grant family. Peanut is the guy who does all the work, and his wife, she takes care of the selling of things. And you go down to Venice and you get to Laurel Road, and you go all the way out past 75 and you hang left. I'll give you directions a little bit later. And you just follow the road until there's another sign, and then you hang a left down a dirt road that says no exit. But at the end of it is a very large farm. And that's the Grant family farm, and they've been farmers in Florida for a long time. They had about 1,000 acres to the east of this where they raised cattle for a long time. But what they're doing lately is they're growing vegetables, and Peanut is a guy who doesn't go by the book. He doesn't care what the weather says. He keeps planting and planting and planting. He says, if it freezes, I just plant the next day. I don't care. I'm not going to let the weather scare me. So the result is that he has a variety of vegetables, fresh vegetables, picked that day that you can get of an astonishing variety. All kinds of lettuce and all kinds of tomatoes and all kinds of cucumbers and squash and eggplants and kale and corn that's so unbelievable you can eat it right raw off the stalk, and it's always growing. He has everything staggered. He's an old farmhand, so he knows what he's doing. Here's a little farm thing here where you buy your stuff, but if it's not there, there's Eddie now, and there's Tim. They're the salt of the earth, and they know Peanut for a long time. So I came out here and we kind of took a look at what's going on, and this is Peanut's wife, Jen, if I remember correctly, and we kind of talked to her a bit about what was going on there, and then we went out on the road with Peanut. Let's have a little listen to Peanut here.
Cuban yellows, tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
How tall they are?
Yeah.
I got everything looks good on that green.
What's that right there?
That's corn.
That's corn coming out there?
I just grew it. I grew it every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I told my father-in-law, coming out here for corn. He was going to get corn over this time of year.
I'm not wearing that green.
No, I'm not.
That's a green. These are tomato berries. I never grew any.
Tomato berries?
Yeah, they're really good.
The little sweet ones, you mean? So that's all summer stuff, and you just keep growing basically. If it freezes, it freezes, and you lose it, and you just keep growing.
Yeah,
24 hours a day.
Yeah, a lot of the plastic I reuse.
Yeah.
Don't everything in.
Let's see. Oh yeah! Wow, look at this corn. Peanut's picking corn now. He doesn't care what the season is. He just keeps growing. This is Florida. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at these. The condition of the plants are just beautiful. You see how healthy these things are, So, like he says, if it freezes, and that's the way it goes. But meantime, he has stuff that nobody else has, and it's always fresh and picked. Look at this is the corn that we have, that we just got out of the bins. See, so some of it's coming in here, hasn't been picked yet. So there's always corn here at Peanuts,
red cabbage, and green cabbage, Napa cabbage, Chinese cabbage, eggplant. Got 2 different kinds of eggplant.
Wow, that's fabulous.
I had land clearing business, and when things slowed down, I just started.
You just started growing, huh? God, it looks wonderfully
You ain't
healthy.
gonna put me on no Channel 6 News now.
So how many people work the farm with you? It's you, Jen, and the girls are your daughters?
Mainly just me and a little boy, and my cousin helped me some. But I gotta start hiring somebody now. Mainly
Just to keep up, right?
2 of us, really. I gotta start. It's getting too much now. Everything's coming in. I'm still planting. I got 4,000 plants to plant between day and the Lord.
Wow. Look at this. Here's the corn that was picked today that we're going to be eating tonight.
I picked all that this morning.
Did you? Yeah, it looks fabulous.
Try this raw. I'd rather have it raw.
Right off the... Oh, I bet that's...
No, it's just like sugar. It really is. Try that. See what you can get.
Yeah.
It really is. I can eat raw. I like it raw.
Jesus! That's delicious. Right by the cooking.
It's sweet, isn't it?
This is the sweetest goddamn corn I've ever had in my life. This was raw.
It is.
Unbelievable. Peanut, you're a genius. There you are. These are your cukes or your... Yeah, I see it over here. Yeah, right, I see it. Wow, that's fabulous.
Oh, so just be like little miniature eggplants?
Yeah, they're cute.
They're little baby eggplants.
When people see them up there, they have to buy them. They buy them to look at it.
Because it's so pretty. This is cabbage.
Wow.
Don't get too big.
Look at that.
It's not possible this would just be growing out of the ground. In Ireland it would be like, oh, the size of my fist. Not this. This is the size of, well, I won't say what it's the size of. But let's say it's a manly amount of lettuce. Should you be into lettuce as some kind of weird pagan festival thing. I like to wear it on my head.
Oh God, you would look good at
when I'm
that.
in some kind of parade.
Sally Rand, fan dancer.
Going down the streets of Dublin, singing and dancing. Or feathers. You just never know, do you?
You never do. Wow, that's great. Amazing thing about peanut is that breaking all the rules in the food the plants look wonderful, and it's just the variety is stupendous. So, get a chance, you should make it down here. I think it's poetry in motion.
He's got a pump that takes it out of those jets and runs it through all these. He's got pipes running through each one of these things, and that's how everything's irrigated.
Wow, they're just gorgeous, and they're nice people too, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's this honeybee thing out there. Fresh honey here.
They call them pixies.
That's good. We're proud,
Dora, you are a farmer, baby. Here in the your farming area, as you can see, where all the tractors are. And I was saying to Tim that the Peanut, the owner, is simply a fantastic guy. He just never stops working. So what are his hours? He must work 24 hours a day. So so when you come here to buy your veggies, which are fresh off the goddamn plant, it's not they've been sitting there a week or a day.
You can say, I want a head of lettuce, and if they don't have any on the table, they'll drive out on an ATV and pick it for you.
Well, this here is Eddie, and you're his cousin, you're Peanut's cousin?
Yes, sir.
So that, in fact, you grew up together?
Yes, sir.
Right here in Florida?
Right here.
So, in fact, you're crackers?
Florida crackers.
Crackers. Amazing. So in fact, when he gets his mullet, does he go with you out on a boat?
My little brother.
Little brother.
My little brother goes with him.
Wow. Unbelievable, you know. And I've lived in Sarasota now for 32 years. I've never heard of this place. Well, it's only 3 years old, right? That's what he told me. He's only been farming for 3 years.
He's only been farming for 3 years, but he's had a cow farm since he was born.
Oh, so he's been a farmer all his life.
His dad's my mama's brother. They had
Okay.
They had 1,000 acres right down the street.
Okay, so that's why he's used to the hard work then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. You know, it's that the thing I like about this place is the variety. He doesn't give a shit about the weather.
No.
You know, he just keeps planting and planting. If it goes, it goes. If it freezes, it freezes, right?
It's luck of the draw.
Yeah. So I like that. He's a gambler. He's like an artist. You know, he's not not like a big agricultural farms where they don't do anything.
It's a small deal.
Yeah.
Only, like I say, he's only been growing for like 3 to 4 years. His first year was like testing, and now he's getting it down.
Well, it's, you know, when I tasted that corn
Yeah.
right off the hoof,
Right.
I've tasted sweet corn in Jersey and the rest of it. Nothing compares to that.
Well, he primes his ground, and this is virgin ground.
Ah.
And he does the right fertilizer.
So-
everything. He does it pretty natural.
So all his homework was done, basically. He kind of knew all that stuff. He wasn't completely new to farming.
No.
Yeah.
He's been a farmer rancher all his life.
Wow.
They grow cows and pigs, and they used to grow little. His mother had him growing gardens when he was younger.
Right.
Because he went to school, you know, you had to have that agricultural class anyway.
Right.
But he had the basics.
So back in the old Florida, when they still taught that stuff in the schools, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. You know, it's so nice to see. He has a nice soul. When you talk to him, his wife too. You know, they're real.
They're beautiful people.
Aren't they nice? You know,
Beautiful people.
and the kids are nice. The girls, I guess they're neighbors or something. You know. Yeah. Well, it's just
It's family oriented.
It's family. It's nice. I was very impressed that I went down to the farmers market. You know, down in Sarasota on Main Street every Saturday or Sunday, whatever it is.
Right.
And somebody asked the guy, "Is all this food local?" He goes, "Well, some of it's local, but if it's not local here, we go to the Tampa area, and if it's local there, we pick it. If it's not there, we go to Gainesville." It's all bullshit. This stuff is all right here, growing right here.
Right here, yes.
It doesn't sit in a warehouse for a week, you know.
It's grown right here and sold here.
God.
He does have you pick days whenever it gets too many. You can come in and you can pick what you want,
Wow.
and you buy it by the flat, by the.
Right. Well, I like it here because the service was so great. You know, that's right there. They pick it and bring it right in.
Whatever they don't have right there, you can ask for it, and he'll send the guys out to get it.
See, that's
Whatever's in season.
Yeah.
If it's not in, he'll tell you it ain't in yet. 2 weeks from now, or a week from now, or whatever.
I was impressed by the variety. He was growing all kinds of peppers, the hot as well as the red and the green. He was
There's
all kinds of zucchini, all kinds of tomatoes, all kinds of kale,
different kinds of tomatoes,
lettuce.
the
corn.
Different kinds, 6 different kinds of that.
Wow, it's
And corn. He grows a couple varieties of corn too.
I just think that's great. You know, well,
He's born into it.
he was born into it.
This is one of those big traps right here.